Okay, hello, welcome to ozfortress, the cast of Season 18, or wait, did I get my numbers wrong? I
Season
think
21.
I got my numbers wrong. I got my numbers wrong. Season 21. Well, close enough, but we're here live bringing you the premiership game between RWDS Squad and Sultry Gaming. With me on production is Wiethoofd, and on the cast is Xander. How are you doing today?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Fine. Early in the morning for me. I'm from Europe. I'm not in Australia, actually, which you probably could guess from my accent. But yeah, early morning. Hopefully, some good tier 2 to make up for the fact that I had to get up early.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a very exciting game as well. It's fairly closely matched teams in terms of experience, I'm seeing, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, you are here, or like resident Australian, as the only one in the production who is actually from Australia. So you probably have some more insight on these teams than we do.
Sure. Should we run down rosters a little bit?
Sure, enlighten us.
So Salt Free. Salt Free is Catfish on Pocket. Wigan on Demo. I believe they have Dork and Lex on Scout, who aren't in at the moment. Their normal medic is Mink, who doesn't seem to be here, replaced by White Magic. Lots of old names here. White Magic, I believe, used to play Roma in about, what was that, season 8 to 10 on Supremacy, which was a top 3 Prem team back in the day. I don't believe he's launched the game since then. But yes, he will be playing Medic tonight. So lots of experience here. Wigan played since, I believe, our 9. Dork since maybe our 6. There's a few very old names in here. Salt Free themselves been a team since at least season 15, 14. Gone through a few roster changes since then. I know Burko roaming for them tonight is a new pickup, as is Lex on Scout. They've been scrimming a fair bit. They've got some good results recently, but the results on Right Wing Death Squad do seem to put them at the advantage. That being said, let's go down Right Wing Death Squad. So we have Zildjian on Medic. KPC, I believe, is roaming, I think, tonight. Fushi and Ben, Scouts. Moop, Demo, and I think HSR on Pocket. Did I miss anyone there? I think that was everyone.
Well, it should be. I don't think everyone's quite here yet on server, so
no,
hard
I think
to
we're
tell
missing
if you forgot about the person
someone,
missing.
Yeah. But yeah, so Right Wing Death Squad again, another fairly old team who've taken a hiatus of a couple of seasons, reformed with a new roster, bringing Zildjian in on Medic, who has played, I believe, Roma last couple of seasons. Not super experienced gamer, but I'm sure he'll picks up Medic pretty quickly under the calls of Moop, who is another very experienced gamer. Been playing, or Owl 10, I think Moop started. Very good demo man, expecting to see very fast rollouts and exciting damage coming out from him. Ben, Fishy and HSR are all Asia Fortress players who've come across in the last few seasons and made a really large impact. Ben, I think, actually lives in New Zealand. I lied about that one. Ben lives in New Zealand. But yeah, definitely Fishy and HSR, both Asia Fortress gamers who have made a big impact in the last few seasons. Fishy, very good scout sniper, and HSR, strong pocket player. Oh, apparently HSR is playing Scout. I don't know who's playing Pocket or Roma. Ben's Pocket. Oh man, shuffled everything since I looked at this like the other day.
Well, that could be interesting to see. Well, you only know how they played with those class lineups, and they switch it up, so
yeah, I know HSR is definitely not a bad scout, But I mean, I haven't seen Ben play Soldier very much, so that'll be interesting to see. I know he plays a lot of UGC as Soldier, but I think that he takes that a lot less seriously, so I'm interesting to see how he plays tonight.
Yeah, class swaps can always bring an interesting dynamic to the game, especially if it happens like on short notice for a team.
Yeah, I guess. Unsure who's playing Roma. KPC's probably playing Pocket, so I assume that puts KPC on Roma. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, with your insight, you said you give Red Wing Death Squad the upper hand. What would you say who will win this map?
I do see Salt Free taking some rounds. I see maybe 2 to 4 for this map in the favor of Death Squad.
But I say it's that the other team, not Right Wing Death Squad, but Salt Free Gaming, will take it in a golden cap. Let's say.
Oh, the golden cap prediction.
Yes, I have confidence. You talked them up as having experience from the olden days, at least part of them. So I believe in them. We'll see how that
Alright,
will
we've
play
got
out.
some ready ups. I believe they should be going live any second now.
They just are warming up on the sniper as well. Maybe that will come out at some point.
Yeah, very strong sniper, so I expect to see it. Dork also very strong, so we should see some counter action. Alright, we're live. Who are you watching on this first mid?
Let's see. My camera's on Moop, so I'm gonna stay on Moop for this mid.
Alright. Take us away.
Okay, both teams slowly arriving a bit. Demos arriving now. Just throwing some sticks over. The rest of the teams, as per Snakewater usual, a bit slow to start the rest of the mid fight. But here now, both soldiers take up. Catfish jumps in deep, distracts a lot, doesn't deal too much damage, gets spotted by a scout. The rest of Sword Free wants to take position over the point, but they lose so many numbers for doing it.
Very
and they're stuck in the kitchen now as well. White Magic, pretty weak, gets chased by a scout. They're still alive.
Oh no, he doesn't make
nowhere to run for them. And this is a mid for Right Wing Death Squad, pretty convincingly. Late mid death, which is really helpful going into last.
Yeah, full ad going into second here. I don't see them contesting second. They've got Fat Stuff coming up on last, Lex coming up engineer. Dork sniping, so he's quite forward in lobby. We may see some action here. Bombing in for the medic on Burko.
Speaking forward, Catfish almost could call out on lobby as well. And there comes the snipe.
Big shot onto Fwishy there. He backs off now once he's got that pick, but yeah.
And he's still looking. They are trying desperately to get some value picks.
They use in early on left side. Ben really deep here, getting frags. Catfish still alive in the middle of this Uber. Whitefish coming out to save him.
And how do you fade it? And now they need to look out to not get this one. And exactly that's what happened. Catfish goes forward.
Yeah, they're falling. 3 frags in the favor of Salt Free here. Both scouts falling.
This Uber started so well, but now it's gotten all the way back to
KPC
second.
Go for the back cap? Oh no, he walks at a sentry gun.
He
that
wanted
did not
it.
go well.
But Salt Free gets second. Ooh, early pause in this game, it looks like.
Oh wow, already.
Well, somebody's internet probably died. So we'll see who's to blame here in a second. Until then, we can just talk about the push that just occurred.
Yeah.
Right Wing Death Squad wanted to just come in early from the left side. They used
they forced really early, gave a lot of respect to Dork's sniper there, I feel. He backed out really well, surviving that Uber.
And Catfish too.
Yeah, Catfish was right in the middle of that, and the demo was just, Moop was just not hitting stickies on him, and their medic even committed back out left door after backing in and barely took any damage. Feels like everyone used all their ammo and then was all spent for the refight. Stop the re-aggression from Red Team.
Yeah, and then once you were faded, Salt Free was just back in their face already. A scout, I think it was Dog, with Catfish just jumped from the right spawn right into them, killed the combo, and pretty much completely wiped them. They're now back on second. Their cap time on the HUD might lie and say that it's already capped, but I don't quite know how much they capped it up, but I don't think it's really contestable anymore. They got themselves a huge advantage as well with all of this.
Yeah, 70% override.
So mid should be at least start getting played. The question is if they can actually pull it off. Should be fairly difficult to hold this. So we'll see how it plays out as the pause discontinues. So like we said, pretty big advantage on Salt 3, and they're already starting to move forward, just looking to find a small opening here to start getting in.
I assume they'll just wait for their Uber here.
And we have two people got uncontested behind on right wing desk through kitchen, I think. They're starting the backup once, Case on the cap, Yamant is already on the move to last, and this should actually work. Only Dog up to contest this, and he actually wins the fight.
Oh, really amazing.
Close call there for his team. But it forced him all the way back to last, and on the way out they lost their medic as well, which means
he
that
dropped.
Children has
I didn't see what happened there.
Almost has full Uber now. I didn't see it either, I was too busy looking at the backup, but I would just assume that they left, and at the time they were leaving they just got chased down from behind. From the people on right wing Discord coming to second at that time.
Yeah, that pause has messed up my HUD, so I need to do a quick reload here.
Okay, I'll keep going and then. Full Uber on right wing Discord. They use pretty early in the lobby, they get juggled around as well on their way in. White Magic manages to survive this, and they don't find any threats until now. Dog the first one to fall here. And as I say, the Catfish goes down as well as Fishy. Right wing Discord plays the point that the rotation took too long for Swordweed, so despite the messy start for Right Wing, they managed to take this round regardless of that and go in the lead 1-0.
Yeah, just a lot of aggression on the side of Blue Team's scouts there that wasn't really countered much by Red Team on that last push. Goes into our second mid here. We see very aggressive bomb from the Red Roamer there, getting mulched almost instantly. Retaliation now coming in.
Big air shot.
Yeah.
That is a quick counter frag. Right wing Discord still wants to play this aggressively over the point though, and they get the never frag.
Yeah, all over the point here. There's no chance for Red Team to get back in. It does look like a mid, even if someone is capping. Awesome.
Yeah, and they are keeping up the pressure here. KPC in a lot of trouble, always takes on Dog for it. Neva does go down in the end, and with that it's second as well, just by keeping the pressure up, which is pretty good. Otherwise it would have been possible to keep second alive for Salt 3, but the pressure is already on last. Ubers get committed, it's an exchange, Fishy dies, and with that both teams just try to not lose anything else in this fight for now. Nobody's really in lobby right now. Well, Dog is, but he's pretty much alone with some stickies next to him. So both teams just respect the situation. Fishy's up and he's second back in the fight. And they're just building, waiting for another opportunity.
Yeah, Fishy coming up sniper here though. Does seem like a good play. They do have ad though. They must not realize that because the Ubers were traded so evenly. Red Team just not building as efficiently. We just get to wait for Fishy to hit some shots now.
Well, we had some snipers placed before, but now it's sniper versus sniper as well. Dog on the sniper as well. They're just trying to hit each other. And I don't know what happened, but Right Wing Discord had much better building. It was 10% advantage at the beginning of this, and now it's 30. But you wouldn't think they know about it in this situation.
I'm not sure that, they shouldn't be aware of that. It was just Red Team's slightly sloppy building there. They're both going to play off their snipers in what they assume is an even Uber situation.
Let's see. Neither sniper are really looking at each other yet.
Yeah,
we have Dog starting from the low area. KPC had to land it the hard way, but he didn't die.
Snipe going down to Burko on Roma. I didn't see where that happened. Left side.
In lobby it was. So yeah, one sniper down, and we hear some more headshots ringing out from Dog, but nobody dies.
Moop getting shot.
And if nobody dies, then it's not quite enough for you.
Yeah,
Charging
they're looking
shots
for
can just
Wishy
make
back up
such
on
a huge
sniper.
difference.
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's just about finding an opening, being able to create an advantage. And then actually following through with it, which like oftentimes people struggle with. They just go sniper because they know it gets a safe pick. But then they struggle to actually do something with that pick. And that's about just as important than actually getting the pick itself. So let's see how these teams try to approach this. Lower lobby seems pretty uncontested so far.
Well, Dork has Sniper watching lower at the moment, and Burko there as well. The medic's playing very safe for both teams. Although Red seems to be trying to push right, Blue rather, seems to be trying to push our right side here.
Yeah, they managed to get back into the lobby now. Like, they had an opportunity with a small opening to get in here in the first place, and
Dork very forward. Oh, nearly hit that shot on the blue medic.
Sniper wants to really peek in for too long, knowing the risk. Now they have making space for Fishy on the left to see if he can find something, but Catfish is there, Dog is there as well, so it's pretty much an even stare down with the soldier and the sniper on the left. Ooh, yeah, and we have Burko over the door. The moment somebody would
this is the
could end
thing
pretty bad.
Edge bugs banned in EU or whatever it was. Not edge bugs, map clipping banned in EU. Is this a spot here, or is he just standing on those lights?
Well, it could be interesting if somebody just wants to peek in from shutter, especially with the sniper, because if the only opportunity to snipe from is if somebody opens shutter for you. So this could be quickly punished. But so far none of this is happening. Even Team just really passively trying to rely on the snipers and not taking too many risks. And it hasn't been paying off too much, but Dog overextends here, takes the 2v1. Gets taken down by the sniper and
no trade, and Fishy is really forward in drop down.
Okay,
they're sending in Scout into sack. Oh, wow.
And they get another one as well with that distraction play. And now the Uber comes in. White Magic wants to use as late as he can to save this as much as he can, but spawns are really late. 10-second respawn still on 2 people that died. Fishy gets another one. On the Scout leaving spawn.
Oh my goodness, that shot on medic.
And Fishy is just farming right now. Now it's just legs and Catfish against 2 people. But they just focused the medic first, and that bought enough time for the spawners to come in.
All the spawns, wow.
I say Burko and Demoman Wick arrive in time, take down the last player alive for Blue, and they saved this.
Yeah, that was very well played from Red Team there. You see them push out, back up.
But everybody is there.
Oh wow.
And he gets stopped. So awareness comes in just in time, but at the same time, on second, the players got taken down for Salt Free. So hopes for getting second have diminished quickly here for them. And they might have to settle with last.
Stuck behind Blue Team here. I wonder if he can make anything happen. He seems to be looking at KPC on mid. No, KPC has a player with him. He's not going to take that fight. I mean, Red Team does...
taking fight behind now, so it does happen eventually. Wins. And he wins it as well, and KPC doesn't want to commit to it. So Dog still is behind, just being annoying. And they have to keep paying attention to this.
They have a little bit of Uber ad here as well, so you might see them push out if Dork dies behind. They're probably
not for that,
to assume this is an even situation.
If they like properly knew about it. Fishy just walks in again, takes a fight in lower, wins against Burko, but everybody's shooting him. It takes so long for him to die, but he can't do much more from there. So it's basically a trade. And HSR is already on Sniper, so it was not an intentional feat to play Sniper because HSR is already up on it. Speaking of which, also Dog on the Sniper again.
We see a reset, exactly the same situation that we had before. Who was it in chat before saying that AU games don't have stalemates? And
Dog has something to say about that one. Just gets the first headshot. I wanted to say that last time it went all the way for right-wing Death Squad, but Fishy isn't sniping this time around, and Dog instantly gets the first pick. Lots of stuff happening in the lower lobby, and so far Fishy is the winner of this, so he still wants to take all the frags himself. And we have drop the stickies from Move. White Magic goes down. 3 down as well in total, so this could be a quick push coming in here. Fishy already takes a big direct though, but the numbers are not looking good.
No health on Red Team here. This is definitely around.
Yeah, they're just having to clean up these frags. 2 soldiers up. White Magic spawns now. The soldiers straight on point.
Burko
gets a headshot, but Burko is trying to save this as much as he can, and it looks good. They used the Uber. way too early.
That was amazing from Burko. He just spawned at the end of that fight, jumped in, killed 4 people. That was amazing.
They fought this out as much as they could. It was really close. And the drop just
Just
made it such a good opportunity as well.
push when they were only 2 gamers up when they pushed. For them to lose that's got to feel bad.
The saving grace here is that they got the medic with the sniper pick on last the moment he left spawn again. So it's still even Ubers pretty much at the end of this. But Saltry doesn't care, they want to take the fight and they're winning it so far.
Yeah,
and the heals are backing off through choke for the right-wing death squad again.
Not sure if they realize that they have slight ad here. I don't think it's anything worth going on, especially with their 2 picks down. But it's actually extended. Red team's not building their Uber particularly well. What was 15 ad has now turned into, you know, nearly 30 ad.
Yeah, if they are aware of it, they can make use of it, but the question is how much they could account for that they just weren't building properly. And that's always difficult to do, because it's easy to just assume that, it's easier to just assume that the enemy team is building correctly, than it is to, like, assume that they are not.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we speak of it, the Ubers are closing in on 100 for both teams, so now they didn't know, and it's hard to know. And now the stalemate has moved itself to the second mid area.
See, KPC in deep does get 1 rocket on the medic, but not quite enough to finish it off. White Magic successfully dodging spam here as well. Looking to see a counter sack maybe from Scout here to come back up Sniper.
Well, so far they're looking not too committed on that one. They're just trying to stabilize hold before they doing anything.
Yeah, I think
Burko's the only one going really forward, but he's just spamming right now. But as we speak of it, yeah, HSR swapped to Sniper in the midst of that. So they're just still relying on the Sniper to make the work happen in the stalemate. And so far it's been working out decently enough. Both for HSR and Fishy put up some decent work on the Sniper class.
Very forward on Gruss now for blue team. Making
Yeah,
lots of space for their Sniper, who's now in lower. Has a sight on the medic.
Ooh, Burko gets a pick from above, and Wick finds one as well, and that's 2 down just by trying to make the space. KPC wants to jump in from Saw, basically just trades for a scout. And sure, this is 2 down for Saltry, but 3 down in total on right-wing death squad, and this is still fairly possible for the red team to push into mid.
Should be looking to get their medic out safely here, although they do seem to be committing for a solo Uber. That's interesting thing when there's so many players down. Spawn's just coming in now.
They lost another one as well. So, and with the much better Uber on White Magic, this should go the way of Saltry, as long as they don't crumble to Moop just coming in here again. But they find so many frags. Every explosive class finds 1 frag each. KPC stuck in alone as well. And I think there was just a bit of miscommunication between Moop and the rest of the team. Like, they weren't really decisive about whether to stay or not. And then
Ben calling that solo with the, I think the idea of bringing the rest of his team in, but the rest of his team, of course, not shiny and died.
This is now going all the way to second for Saltry with decent advantage to work with into last on top of that. So I'd be surprised if we don't see a quick push over this ad anytime soon.
Yeah, I expect this to push as soon as they get it. To be honest, there's Sniper up and Engineer up on the side of right-wing death squad.
So yeah, they want to hold on to this.
Right
the advantage isn't like as so big that you can't not pay attention to the medic in the situation, and they're not pushing quickly enough either.
Not sure if they realize they have ad. Yeah,
I don't think they do. And if they do, they probably think it's much less than it actually was, so they just let this advantage go to waste.
Yeah,
that's a little
now they're
unfortunate.
even Ubers.
It just
completely set up with fat stuff as well. Yeah, much
just helped right-wing death squad so much. Now they have a proper last hold set up with Uber as well. And they can just hold here for as long as they want to if needed.
Yeah, I don't
if you're already
see that happening.
If you're already settled with the stalemate, then you clearly need the ability to be able to break it as well. In terms of Saltry right now.
Huge dispenser pick on the side of Burko. Yeah, nothing much happening. I imagine they'll send someone in to sack, but I mean, there's not really too much you can do. Maybe Dork or Lex sacking for Sniper. It's really on red team to do something here, them being one round down. Oh, the Uber gets forced. Zildjian walks into a lot of damage there. We see a trade in lobby now. Moop caught out here. This looks like could possibly be a round. Wigan really aggressive on point, does get taken down. Ben on very, very low health. This is definitely winnable for the red team here, as we see very low health, but that gun still up, or just going down now. Catfish, is it Catfish? Yes! That's a good round for Salt Free Gaming. They're tying at 1-1. And White Magic getting the snake bit achievement on that last. Is that go back to your last and then
From
push to their last?
To their last, yes, that one.
That's hilarious.
Congratulations to your first comeback in your life, White Magic.
Alright, take us through this mid, Dum.
Okay, Red plays the high ground pretty aggressively. They take some damage as well. Catfish goes just a little too far forward. Goes down to HSR. They wanted the KPC pick as well, but that didn't happen. And Lex wants to cross point again. Just eats big direct. And now everybody on Sword has just so much damage on themselves. Fishy finds one, can't leave fast enough. But HSR on the other side, coming in from behind, cleans up White Magic and Wig for him off of the damage from mid. So yeah, really Sword just took the initiative a bit, and they couldn't make it work. Right Wing Death Squad responded with a lot of damage, and then Scout follow-up to close out the kill for
I
them.
don't know if you saw Moop got down to 1 health on that mid and was still fighting. It's very confident gameplay from him.
Well, they keep this confidence of the forward all the way to lobby now, but Dog is sniping.
Very, very far forward as well.
So yeah,
Zildjian
very
walks
sniper
into
line.
that
They
line.
managed to get the
Oh,
sniper pick.
yes, big
Body
shot from
onto the medic. Quick 150 damage.
Though blue team
And
is still
that's the
really
medic now.
forward. They may get a kill on White Magic here, who is very low. Ben going very deep.
Yeah, they're going forward.
Oh.
He takes so much damage.
Oh,
Ben is
he
still
does eventually fall, but they sacked 4 people for that. Moop and Zildjian the only players surviving. This should be a second push off this, even though red team is very low in health.
there. I don't know, the heals are already back up for Red Wing Death Squad, and they're coming to second now with 3 people up already. Spawners coming any second. So I don't think this is really contestable for Salt Free anymore. Draco is just peeking in, he sees people, so call it probably been made. That's settled for last.
Yeah, Dork
And this
indeed
is so unfortunate
respawn
that White Magic
sniper
died.
as well. They're gonna look to repeat their last hold again. Their last holds do seem very strong here. I'm very impressed with their last hold gameplay.
Well,
Lex on
Dog is still
engineer.
playing Sniper, as I said, Lex on NG. Yeah, what is up with building in this game? I just realized again, another big advantage just being extended even further by Red Wing Death Squad. They come in from lower with this Uber, they manage to get themselves. They trade the Scout for Soldier essentially. They take so much time to take down the sentry, and they don't get any positioning with this Uber. KPC goes down. Ben is pretty much alone there on the left side as well, but he can't get taken down quickly enough. Legs on Pyro tries to save as much as he can, and it's slowly working in their favor. Berko spawned on a heavy, and that seals the deal. It took Red Wing Death Squad way too long to take any position here, and it just barely didn't work out at some point.
Yeah,
and
White
it just
Magic
got
not
worse and worse.
dying or using his Uber there. They're just kiting these last pushes so well, playing around the spawn and switching sides so well. Right Wing Death Squad don't have an answer to it at the moment.
Yeah, and now Salt Free back, capping up second. Full Uber from this last push they managed to hold off without using.
Do see
He's into
Fwishy
second.
on Sniper watching lower now.
A lot of sniper this game, but it's not really that slow as you would probably assume with this much sniper time. And Sultry is coming in. They just want to take this mid without having to use. KPC puts up a little bit of trouble, deals a lot of damage. Right Wing Death Squad actually the one taking the frags here. At the end of this, at Fishy finds
Oh,
2
Lex,
on the
get
sniper
down,
for that
Mr.
matter.
President, right in front of the medic just there. They do force the Uber though.
Well, that's pretty good for right-wing death squad, all things considered. But Zildjian is alone and he gets just chased down by Dog and he takes that frag pretty easily, gets away with it completely, stays alive.
There was, I think during that there was a back cap going on from blue team. Yeah, that was a scout and a soldier back capping.
Ooh, this is actually really important now, because otherwise this would look much different, but now White Magic got chased down as well due to having to leave, just in general, from mid, not being able to stay there once the back cap came in.
Wishy is still on sniper, unfortunately, though. Hopefully
And
they can make that
around.
work.
This turned around completely to what it was looking like early on. And now suddenly, just like that, Right Wing Death Squad is back on second with advantage as well. So the back cap puts in big work.
Demo down as well.
Fishy as well.
Making this sniper work on like 50% Uber ad.
The Dog sniping as well, and they're peeking now at each other. Nobody really wins that fight, or just kind of leave. But they don't really need to play around that, they just need to get this Uber as soon as they can and then make it quick from there. Sentry is up already, so that needs to be taken care of. And last time they struggled with exactly that. This time the Uber just directly into the sniper. Wick gets taken down as well. Caught off guard a bit too far forward. And the frags are just coming their way. Heavy tries to do what he can with Burko. He helps with getting one, but it's not looking too hard. Catfish is the only one up. Dog and next to the point as well. I can't do much in that situation. And
Yeah,
Right Wing Death
much
Squad
more.
in the lead now.
Yeah, much more clinical push from Right Wing Death Squad. They said, right, we're going to get the gun really early, and then they focused Pyro and Heavy really quickly. So they've seemed to have said, alright, we're going to fix our issues with our last pushes.
Yeah, and it worked out really well. And the back cap in general, like I mentioned already, the back cap earlier was just so important. Otherwise, this would have been a much different story. Probably the exact opposite. Speaking of which, Burko goes in behind, doesn't go down. Going down, however, is KPC here on top, gets taken down quickly. And with this pick, Sultry is just moving across the point, wants to deal as much damage as they can. They take 2 more frags, they lose the demo fort, but that's affordable as long as they keep everybody at bay. And Ban and Fishy go down. And Siljan gets chased down as well at the very end of this. So late Mad Death on top of all of this.
Yeah, that's a full wipe going into last. I don't see them holding second here. KPC immediately spawning on Engineer. So we see another last hold, but this time Salt Free with 100% Uberad going very, very quickly into our left upper lobby.
Well, there's no heals up yet for Right Wing Death Squad as well. Which covered
HSR
now, so
missing
it
the
comes
medic?
in just in time. They do force the sentry out before they take it in with the Uber. Use eventually take the heavy out. Want to play the point as aggressively as they can. Uber just now fades. They got a lot of time on the point as well with it. And this just was solid all around.
Very clean last push there. Just going off the strength of that mid fight. They did play 3 people right that mid, which I thought was very interesting, but with that early pick of KPC it seemed to work.
Definitely. And we have another midfield on our hands. Number 5. Tight game again. 5 minutes left. It could go either team's way. And right now, Right Wing Death Squad wants to take the high ground first. Catwood wants to contest this. Burko just jumps in from kitchen. Doesn't get noticed early, but early enough still. And White Magic as well, as him and Wick go down while all of this was going down. Lex alone in kitchen, taken down by 2 people from both sides. Dog as well. Can't do much from the other kitchen. And what is this? Catfish wants to jump in, wants to get the med frag here late, but Zildjian still stays alive.
Yeah, complete reversal of the last mid we see there. We see a wipe on the side of Salt Free going into that, and now a 100% Uberad push from Right Wing Death Squad going into last. Lex up on Engineer. What's it? Is this 2 engineers? Is this allowed? Oh no, he switches.
Well, Uber comes in quickly from left side, catches out White Magic instantly, so even if the rest of it fails, they have managed to go back in again. And so far it's not looking too great. They trade 3-4-2. It's still possible, but nobody's with Zildjian quite yet. HSR comes in to help. KPC rotates over as well, and they take down the last 3 players. Only Wick up. And Demoman sure is good on us, but alone against 3 of 4. Not quite enough.
Yeah, it's a classic Uber advantage push. They focused the right targets and they won very, very convincingly.
They were very fortunate that White Magic was completely out of position as well. Which just gave them the instant edge without heals on Sultry to work with anymore.
Moop beating Wigan again to middle now, so first sticky goes his way. Burko jumping in, taking a lot of damage at this time. Now both soldiers going quite forward on the side of blue team. Not really too much
to go on, but Ben gets taken down in return. HSR finds his way behind, but he can't really do much from there.
On the other side, Catfish does get behind and takes out a scout there, which leaves Burko to kill the medic. Very, very interesting fight here. Moop getting frags. Catfish behind should get cleaned up. Yeah, and it's just one spinner on the side of blue team. Slightly messy mid, but their mid does stay up while Zildjian does fall. So we do see Ad push onto second here.
Yeah, Sultry just approaches a little bit more careful. They gave them a bit more space, but the aggression from RWDS wasn't like well executed enough. People just got caught out one by one eventually, and with those they just turned it back around despite giving up so much positioning already on the mid fight.
Yeah, they had Fish getting behind and just winning some fights that you know, he probably shouldn't have won there, which was very exciting to see.
Yeah, they're moving too low, just blowing away the sticks, being careful. They have time in their advantage as well, and it does look like they don't want to at least rush it with the advantage, so they're taking it slow, and they can afford to. Just barely 2 minutes left with a runaround lead. They still want to go in with this regardless of that. Coming in from the right side through Shudder, take the exchange. And this will be interesting. Lex, the first one to fall, just gets taken down instantly. Catfish has something to say about that, takes on HSR, so they managed to get scout for scout here. Catfish can't keep though, he's weak, and they take so much damage in Shudder. Burko goes down as well. Dog comes in from lower, takes down one, but can't do much more. Gets juggled around by stickies in the lower area and taken down by Moop eventually. And this is the final chance that Right Wing Descott needs.
Yeah, a minute and a half remaining, but we do see, yeah, red team has a spy, Lex coming up spy.
Well, Digden has a little bit of an advantage, so they need to make
Lex
use of that.
is behind, is he, yeah, is he going for a back cap? No, he's in drop down, he's going to go for a stab in lobby. Wishy looks at him, but, oh, he's still cloaked.
He gets the scout.
Oh
he gets
my goodness!
Both, just waiting for the scouts to walk into him, and it actually works out. Instant
And
aggression from
that
Saw.
destruction med down.
Alert. The control point is being
That was the play they needed. That was amazing. That was not the way I expected it to go.
Basically
Unfortunately,
ended this game right here. Just the double scout
Oh,
pick on the
yo.
sniper, distraction for the soldier.
Golden Cap prediction might be here. They have nearly got Uber. Are they probably just going to push in here with only 2 games up?
20 seconds left, they almost have, they're gonna get the E1 now, and they need to frax as quickly as they can. Dog gets just ignored on a point and gets dropped from the E1.
Lex does
Zildjian
get
goes
medic.
down to the spies, so long heals for the blue team. E1 comes in, but they don't find the frags, and I don't think this is looking too good for them. Wick starts playing the point with Catfish, but they don't find the frags, and they beefed it. They had such a good opportunity, but Right Wing Descott holds on to last, and they keep the lead. And they win Snakewater 3-2.
Yeah, what an exciting last push there. Lex did stab the medic during that last push. He didn't die on Spy after that. That was a very, very exciting Spy play.
I do want to say that this came down to the fact that Dog was dropped on the point. If he got saved, he could have dealt with the pyro and maybe done more on scouts as well. And nobody in Shudder, I think, was really much contested in any danger. So it wasn't like White Magic needed to save them. And he just was stuck between healing Dog and healing the people on Shudder coming in, and it just got people killed.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. I believe he only just got the Uber when they were pushing in there, so he may not have had when Dork died on point. I assume they didn't expect that Pyro. Pyro does so much damage now and just absolutely melted Dork before anyone had a chance to react, I think.
Well, even before the Pyro update, just the Pyro on the point just can take out people bunching up so quickly in general. Okay, let's take a look at the logs page. Let's see if it's up. Yeah, there we go.
Right away on top there, Moop with 9,000 damage, only just above Catfish though. Yeah, clearly out-damaging the rest of his team by 2,000, almost 2,000.
That is a big boy difference. That's sort by frags. Catfish on top 28 and 30. Second top damage in the game, top frags in general.
Dork also doing very well.
Great game.
22 for 14. Fwishy being the util master on that map, playing a lot of sniper, a lot of engineer as well. 27 to 19. Do see a lot of high frags on the side of red team and blue team here.
Well, if we have to pick the best sniper in the game, I think we can safely test by the logs itself that Fishy probably had the most impact on sniper, goes 7 and 3. Sure, he played it just barely the most, but compared to Dog, who played just half a minute less of sniper, he goes 4 and 3.
Yeah,
so yeah, sniper's having a lot of impact. Fishy just the most in general.
Yeah, coming sniper into Ubers as well. He hit some very, very good shots on the targets that he really needed to. Medic stats seem pretty close to each other, although looking at Catfish on the side of red team, the 40% heal shotgun pocket coming into play there.
Well, I think something that we have to keep in mind for this is damage taken, and we see 8.9k damage taken on Catfish compared to the second highest being moved with 7.1k. That is a big difference as well.
Yeah, and that's 19% heals versus 14% heals. That kind of shows where a lot of red team's heals were going into Catfish there. The next highest being the demo with 16% heals, which is a lot less than you would expect to have on a demo.
It actually really shows as well if you compare the deaths between Moop and Wick. Wick died 21 times compared to Moop's 15. So I think they need to balance that out a bit better going forward. Because
yeah, I'd like to see definitely
the demo
more
could
heals.
have much more impact.
Yeah, definitely more heals on scouts as well, because I know both Dork and Lex are capable of playing scout very, very well. But, 600 heals, 500 heals on scouts at this level, it's just, nowhere near the amount. Compare that to HSR's nearly 2k heals. I mean, it's still not a lot. Wasn't a particular heal game. But yeah, just sealing a 20% heal scout versus 6% heal scout, they didn't stand a chance.
Well, I just took a look at the team comparison stats, and it really shows how this game went. It was super close. 6 frags difference, 1,000 damage difference between the teams in total. That is barely anything. And it really shows how this game went. It was a nail biter.
Yeah, your golden cap prediction was very, very close at the end there. Very,
it was
very
almost coming true, but like I said, the push just couldn't work out at the end. Okay, next map in this picture is Product or just Viaduct, depending on what you prefer. So, a much different map for the second game. And we've seen a lot of sniper before, so I'd not be surprised if we see some more.
Yeah, I do expect to see Fwishy and Dork both whip out that sniper, but I'm also going to be paying a lot of attention to Moop. Maybe even possible crits plays on Zildjian here, because I know Moop can deal a lot of damage on a close map like this, so I am expecting to see very high damage, very interesting plays from him as well.
And we did have word earlier in chat that people switch classes. And with a sniper on the field, this could potentially mean that one of the soldiers on these teams will go scout, potentially. With the sniper on the field.
Yeah,
So
I mean, Ben could
scout
easily
sniper.
go scout. I assumed Ben was going to be playing scout tonight, because I've usually seen him play scout, and he is very capable on scout. So if we do see Fwishy sniping, or even Ben might snipe here, I mean, they're both very capable.
Well, we've seen Frishy already being fairly warmed up on sniper, so could be either of them for that matter.
Yeah, I do expect Fishy to, and I do expect Dork to at least some point bring out a counter sniper if that does end up happening. But yeah, it does seem Salt Free Gaming on the red team this time. They've swapped it around just to confuse me. They have an uphill battle on their hands against a strong, well-coordinated blue team right wing death squad here.
Okay,
You do see
everybody's
some ready ups.
join.
Do you have any predictions for this map? What scoreline do you see?
Ooh, I say 3-1 right wing. Right wing. Why do I always say right wing? Right wing death squad. My bad.
Yeah, I think
believe
something
in
very
free
similar. Yeah. Alright, do you want to take us through this first mid as we see a ready up here?
Alright, teams coming up. Dog instantly starting with the sniper play. Both teams over mid. Frishy the
He
first one to have
instantly
to
hits headshot.
kill that. He eats a headshot. Ben and KPC try to cross the point, but they get too high. They can't get over the point properly. Doesn't matter. They find frag regardless of those. Dog finds KPC as well. But these frags are going just in favor of right wing death squad. And then on the left side, on their way out, just everybody dies. Airshots being done on scouts. Matt goes down. And Fishy gets a melee kill as well after all of that.
Yeah, HS are there as well, walking in behind White Magic and two-shotting him was very good as well.
This started so tame on the mid fight, but once they gave up the point early, it just became Death Central. And the blue team
Dork still
gets
sniping
away
as
with it.
well.
And HSR with spawners now.
Yeah.
They saw the sniper, it did a lot of work, they want to respond with their own. And
Yeah,
Saltry
it's
tries to play the point, he lags, is the first one to fall however, while trying to play the point. And they move back again.
I was really worried they were overcommitting their medic there to a uber disadvantage push, but he backs right out there at the very last minute, which is good to see.
Yeah, they still have to get the Uber out of Zildjian, or just get a play onto him, or just wait for their own Uber. Speaking of which, Wick goes in, but he's in alone, and that just gets shut down very early. And I don't know what this solo sag meta is here, but it's not working out too well.
Yeah, that didn't
For
go
Saltry.
very well.
Counter jump, just the KPC dealing with the sniper, getting the distraction away. At the same time, however, more people go down. 2 down on right wing death squad right now. Catfish wants to make some space alone, but again, with single jumper just gets shut down really easily.
Oh,
And that is
big
the
shot
headshot.
from Dork,
They were
dropping their medic.
confident, but too confident it seems.
There is a scout behind though, cleans Dork up though. Apart from that really fantastic shot, dropping the medic there.
And that changes everything, and just as I say that, another
Alert.
big headshot coming
Right
from
back
HSR,
again,
getting the
yeah.
counter med frag. And these snipers are warmed up, definitely. And there we go, another one buck goes down. HSR wants to be the hero here, hits shot after shot. Still at it, hits a body shot, and at this point his team is back in the fight. And they're just taking out the last players for him. Wigan goes down. Dog arrives, but he can't really fight these people anymore alone. So they need to give up the point. And the sniper's just having so much impact right now.
Very confident positioning here. I do see him hitting a lot more shots. It's interesting, we predicted Fishy to do a lot of the sniping here, but HSR is indeed hitting his shots as well, even though he didn't play a lot of sniper last map.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Well, what works, it works. and
Yeah, it
continues
definitely does
working.
work. Yes,
Burko
that's indeed another
peeks
shot
once,
there.
dies immediately. Sackwave comes in, and this time it's not a single man Sackwave.
Control point is being captured.
The classic quad Sackwave build and spawn. Doesn't find nearly any damage though.
Yeah,
and it is
Zildjian
really
very
unfortunate.
comfortable through that entire thing. Took maybe 40 damage the entire time.
What is this? We have
Burko in
Fishy hiding
again.
the corner. And he sees the medic, wants to gets the force up so early. This Uber is really bad for Salt Free right now. They can't get much with this. They just jump forward, try to get anything done. Take position, but Zildjian has shoot one down, but they just take the fight regardless of that. They took so much time off the point with all of this as well. But their Uber as well doesn't have too much impact. At this point, Salt Free was really far back. They find 2 frags at the end of it eventually, and Ben might find another. And as we speaking of which, Ben, as you mentioned, playing Scout now, and it's working out as well. The HSR sniper, 6k in this life, and White Magic the only one left standing on the point anymore. A little bit of overtime, but it's only Lex being able to get to the point.
Oh
and
my
HSR,
goodness.
quick headshot at the end of that as well.
Yeah, Dork coming up sniper again to deal with it, but just gets domed instantly.
So yeah, I said I believe in a Fishy sniper, but as it seems, Fishy hiding in corners while HSR sniping seems to be the way to go here for them.
He's indeed running
Right wing
sniper to
dashboard.
this mid.
One round up.
As is Dork though, we do see a sniper on both teams here.
But the frags are just going all the way for right wing dashboard. Catfish just jumps in now and the scouts can't finish him off quick enough. And that is the map down for them, despite the better mid-fight in general. They took down people really quickly on the right side. But without a medic now, or with the medic dying, and with that big advantage to White Magic, this should be easily contestable for them, regardless of if they can push this before they have or not.
Yeah, I do see them giving a lot of respect to this sniper and popping early. Although that said, Dork on the other team hitting a good shot really early there.
And they have tried to go as deep as they can, but everybody's on top, and the only player contesting top gets taken down. HSR has now a lot of space to work with, gets two pretty quickly. Ben and Fishy move across the point, clean up everything. Dog, the last one standing on the point. Perku tries to do something as well on the left side, gets taken over by HSR 2, and hit scan classes are good at this game.
Yes, indeed, on a tight map like this, especially when you have a sniper like HSR is hitting all of his shots tonight, he's just going off.
Yeah, and now we're suddenly, with just this failed push, back with advantage for right wing death squad. And with a sniper this just gets even better now, because the other team has to commit into the sniper eventually, and they have disadvantage to the point where they need to waste some time building or throw sack wave at your medic. So it just buys even more time for yourself. Wigging goes down as the first one as well to KPC, and HSR keeps finding picks. Fishy goes deep. A lot of damage onto Lex, can't take him down, but that doesn't really matter, because HSR on the other side gets the frags to everybody's stacked up in the corner, follow up a stab by Fishy as well. White Magic alone now, because everybody around him got taken down. And this is a disaster for them now. Wiggin just barely survives the frags. He actually manages to find them himself. Almost was close enough to kill himself with the grenade launcher. But this is just going terrible for Sultry and greatly for right wing death squad, but Dog.
But Dork hits that shot, dropping Zildjian standing in the middle of the point there. I guess he didn't expect that sniper to be so far forward. Now the whole team collapsing around. KPC behind? Is that gonna... Yeah, Dork does get taken down. The cohesion from the blue team's players behind just getting these picks, but a point will fall in the favor of blue team for the first time this round. In red team, rather, I should say.
And I got clean 2 minutes off the timer. Right wing death squad here. So that's just a lot of time to make up. KPC tries to do stuff behind, gets taken down. Burko, however, goes down as well at the same time. So it's basically a trade with spawn advantage obviously being in favor of the team not on point, so right wing death squad. Each team still having the sniper. Right wing death squad just confidently on the point, starting to play the time here. Neither team quite has it, so they abuse the fact that Sultry don't have it to get some more time off the point. And they just find these frags. Fishy goes over to the flank, takes on one as well. 3 down now on Sultry, and the pressure's just on, gets the force really early. White Magic had to use to save himself, and Zildjian had to leave as early as he could. And he actually manages to, and Lex gets taken down on his attempt on the medic's life. While on the other side, Ben takes
That
down
was
the
the
medic.
nastiest shot I've ever seen. That was like staring down, and he's jumping around on top of their medic, and HSR is just hitting everything tonight.
Burko, the only one really in the fight right now. I think this is closing into desperate territory with Burko just trying to make stuff happen on his own. Catfish overextends as well, White Magic can't heal him enough there. KPC hitting a nice rocket as well, Fishy, and everybody else for that matter is going aggressive. He was up, they clean up the last 2 people to end this round before overtime can start, and they get this with a convincing manner. And 2 rounds up. Right wing just got confidently in the lead.
Hopefully red team changes something up this mid, It's not been working for them this time. Dork up again, hoping to hit some shots, although he just gets body shot by HSR, who's just not missing. Huge damage coming in from blue team here. Wigan, the only one surviving. Oh, I say that, he does get taken out by KPC. This just huge dominance from Right Wing Death Squad here.
Yeah, this aggression over the point was really not too well coordinated. The soldiers just got taken down one by one. Catfish got a lot of damage. That almost worked out for them, but wasn't quite enough. Spawners are coming up for Salt Free. And they're playing on cliffside, taking a lot of damage. And Siljan almost has his Uber. KPC overextends in front of multiple people now on cliff. Catfish goes forward, jumps right into the move, takes the most damage here. Lex takes a lot of them turns, so both teams have to be careful about not losing people. And Wick gets left alone on the point because Lex has to go back for heals. And the Uber gets committed for this.
Yeah,
it doesn't catch too much, but
I assume they saw the medic and wanted to walk forward, but they just seemed to turn around and clean up behind with that Uber, which is a bit interesting. Now we see, 90% Uber advantage behind. Zildjian on very low health there after a player stuck behind tries to kill him. Hopefully we see this push convert.
Has advantage now, yeah. And they want to make it work. Catfish solo Uber right now. The rest of the team comes in. 2 frags going their way, one with the sniper, one on Catfish. They're chasing deep on both sides, but Catfish dies, and Ben doesn't Wick. And Frishy just goes past her over the point, takes down White Magic, nobody stopped him. 2 down now without heals on Salt Free, and this is just an invitation for Right Wing Death Squad to push over the point here and take it for themselves.
HSR respawning sniper as well. I mean, when you're hitting these shots, there's no point not to.
Yeah, definitely. He is having the game of his life, basically. Just hitting just about everything. And now he's sniping really far forward, all on his own as well. Catfish wants to rotate over to deal with that, and he hits one rock, can't hit the second one. The rest of the blue team is there to deal with that. And frags was being gotten everywhere. Only 2 people go down to 4 on Salt Free. Dog can't leave eventually, and White Magic is on his own without anybody to heal him. So, whatever the plan was, Right Wing Death Squad just said no to that before it could even happen.
Yeah, it was very hard to see what was supposed to happen there. Right Wing Death Squad
it wasn't
just
even a forward hold, it was
that.
just them coming in instantly at the same time as Salt Free, and it just went really well for Right Wing Death Squad.
Yeah, the DM here is very interesting to watch. Dork up sniper again. Hopefully, I mean, he's killed HSR a couple of times, but yeah, he just gets domed completely.
And KPC survived this as well, just jumping in front of all of them. Somehow doesn't die. Zildjian commits this Uber. They get the demo man, they chase them down. But White Magic keeps getting away with this, which is something they desperately need, because they barely have any time left in this game to make it back. 30 seconds left on the blue timer, 240 left on the red one. Catfish also just traded for the Soldier, and this would be usable if Dog didn't overextend alone on his own. Uber gets committed.
Yeah, the Uber was very slow coming in.
It gets a lot of damage, but it struggles to find Fergie. And White Magic gets left alone on the point. And people are just on him. He can't survive this. KPC gets the counter frag though, but at the end of the day, it's better numbers for the blue team. Catfish wants to walk over the point. Dog, the last one up. He basically has to clip over. And he does. Touches out. HSR on the sniper. And Dog has to stay on the point, otherwise they lose. So HSR wants to just go forward to deal with that. Doesn't work out. Sniper against 2 scouts is not too great of a fight, even if you have a really good day. So they managed to somehow make this work with a really messy fight. The question is if they can keep it alive, and they struggled with that so far.
And the medic goes down to a pipe from Wigan. He must have been very, very far
Sackville
forward.
comes in now as well, and with a quick pipe onto White Magic, gets a counter frag. And this will mean advantage back in Right Wing Death Squad's hand.
Yeah, we see lots of frags going their way as well.
Still going at it. Dog is kind of stuck. HSR finds one. The scouts find the second one. And the point is wide open and there's not much stopping them. Wigan could jump to try to save it. He actually takes down one on the point and then gets taken down with an air headshot to end this game.
Yeah, that was a pretty convincing 3-0. Almost maybe 3 minutes in the entire game going towards Salt Free, and just very, very dominant game from Right Wing Death Squad there. Ben with 4 DOMs. I know it doesn't really mean much, but he was playing very well that game.
He was on fire. And the rest of them, for that matter, too. Ben Scout, as you mentioned, putting in the work as well. And Salt, we just struggled to just be able to continue holding the midpoint at a point.
Yeah,
once they got it.
Seemed that they just had no answer to the HSR sniper, especially Dork coming up, just not really getting too much done.
Let's take a look at the logs. HSR is not top fragging for one. That's Ben. So Ben going Scout puts in the work. 23 and 6. Second is HSR on 22 to 7. And I just looked at the KAD for Ben and it's 6.2, and that's just something else. So yeah, this was a really dominant game.
Yeah, Ben.
for WDM.
Yeah, very, very strong showing there.
Let's see. Top fragger for Dog is... top fragger for Assault Warrior, I should say, is Dog. But if you look at the KD, just it's still showing how the game went after all. Damage-wise, Ben and then HSR again. The MVPs of this game, fair to say. Both of them putting up a lot of work. 4 people with almost 5k, with over 5k more than 1k, and the highest damage on Salt Free as well.
Yeah, very impressive showing from the blue side, just in general. To be honest, I'm quite surprised to not see Moop right at the top there with his damage, but he was playing by himself a lot of the game, and, you know, Scouts just taking heals and walking forward. We do see, you know, Fwishy again with his 20% heals, and Ben, in fact, essentially top damaging with least heals barring the sniper. That's a very, very impressive showing
Also,
from him.
I just sorted by headshots to see how many HSR got, and I see that it's actually fairly close between Dog and HSR, and it just, like, for one, it shows that HSR is a dirty body shotter. That's one thing. And secondly, it just shows that, like, he just was able to get away with all of this. Like, he could continue on from where he was once he got a pick. Dog just constantly struggled to keep the sideline up. Goes down 16 times.
Yeah, it was almost every time he peeked to get a frag, he would get that frag, and then just the focus call would come in, and he would just get mulched almost instantly.
Okay, before we go to interviews, anything else in the logs? But I don't think there's too much to say, apart from just great performances all around, so... Let's see. Let's go down team stats, team comparison, 44 to 90 to 49.
No, 94, the
sorry.
other way. Yeah, that's
I can numbers. I blame the fact that I'm German and it's the other way around here. So let's take that excuse.
Almost double the amount of kills on blue side. In fact, over double. I can't do maths. Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
Great showing from blue team here. And that being said, let's move to interviews. I believe we have Catfish from Salt Free, we have Ben from Right Wing Death Squad, and we have Zildjian from Right Wing Death Squad.
Hello, fellas.
Alright, how are you guys?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Alright, now let's talk to on the side of Right Wing Death Squad first. How do you feel about that game that you just played?
To be honest, like, the Snakewater was really, really frustrating. Like, we were all sort of really fucking panicking towards the end of it, you know, like, it was really, like, really intense, but, you know...
Do you feel that was from lack of cohesion on your side, or cohesion on the other side that was causing the frustration?
Obviously, there's always a bit of both. You know, we definitely could have not botched as many last pushes, and
Yeah,
but Sulfury did a really good job at, you know, just forwarding us when we had weaknesses and killing me.
And at the end of the day, it just came down to one final push that just didn't quite work out on Snakewater.
Yeah, mate.
and really close game.
Yeah,
Product
that
being a
pirate
much
one
different
lasts through
story.
our whole team.
Yeah, we were. I mean, Snakewater. We were like angry at ourselves. We feel like we should have probably done better than what we did, and we just sort of let the ball drop a bit after the first round there. But nonetheless, it was still really enjoyable, to be honest. Like, it was proper edgy your seat gameplay.
Yeah. Do you have any input from your side, Catfish? What was it like in the other Mumble?
Yeah, we were pretty calm most of the time, honestly. We got a bit heated towards the end, which is, I guess, is to be expected. But yeah, we came into like Snake feeling pretty confident. Like we weren't really expecting to win, but we thought we could like put up a fight and not get 5-0'd. Yeah, it was closer than we thought it was going to be, honestly. It came down to like one push, as you said. Like, yeah, we're really happy with our performance, even though we lost. And yeah, but yeah, credits to RWDS Squad. You guys crushed us real hard on product. Like, stopped us.
Yeah, so on product, let's talk to Ben. Your scout play on product was very impressive, switching off soldier there. I know you mainly as a scout player. How comfortable are you on soldier in maps like Snakewater?
Haven't really worked it out yet, but getting there. Beefing a lot of jumps at the moment.
Sure.
From my
yes.
side, it's sort of Ben's, insanely competent DM player on any class, and it's just obviously working out the roles in between pocket and pocket scout.
Sure. And on your team as well, HSR definitely hitting a lot of shots on Viaduct there. Did you go into that game expecting him to snipe a lot, or was it just something that he did?
It's actually funny, like, because in the we asked HSR if he was going to snipe, and he said, yeah, probably. And Ben said, right, okay, I'll scout. But then KPC said, how about we just don't go into it on the first mid? And so we went, yeah, no worries, if it works out in the first mid, we'll just keep 2 scouts and 2 soldiers, like, whatever. And then you guys top 3 ran a sniper on the first mid anyway, so I just saw, I think, wanted to assert his dominance a bit, so he said he was going to counter snipe,
He certainly did, doing very, very large damage with a very high impact player on your team. What did you do to try to counter that sniper, Catfish?
Oh, we kept trying to get really aggressive with our soldiers on the sniper, but we just found that every time we were getting denied really hard. Like, we either get like body shot or shot out of the air by scouts or whatever. Yeah, the sniper just kept screwing us. We couldn't figure out how to get past him. Yeah. It was a huge wall for us.
There were shots definitely on both teams, both medics being dropped by snipers several times on both maps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Dom?
I think you mentioned earlier when we looked at the Snakewater log that you were like interested in the 38% pocket heal thing.
Yeah, how's
we saw for
Come on, that's just the Catfish special.
Were you running shotgun that map?
No, I don't run shotgun. I haven't run shotgun.
You don't run. Oh no. It would seem very interesting with the 40% heals and your scouts taking 5 or 6% heals. That was very interesting to see. Is that something you're trying to fix, to try to take less heals?
I've been trying to fix that for the past 7 seasons, and it hasn't worked. So my scouts don't listen, and so I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. I just take 50%. Don't give a shit. Like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm done. I can't be bothered caring at this point. It's oh god. I spent blood, sweat, and tears of trying to get those scouts to take more heals, and it's just like, I don't care. I'm done with it. I just take
the
heals.
scouts' faults?
I'm going to blame them. I'm getting messaged right now by Dork saying, shut the fuck up, but no, I'm going to keep saying it, no.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's always been an issue with our team. I obviously a lot of heals. And yeah, it's not going to change. It's fine.
Oh no, you've had results. I wouldn't.
Yeah, like, our team's a pretty fun team. We don't play hyper seriously. We don't really scrim that much either, and it's just sort of like, yeah, we just sort of do whatever. We don't like to demo reviews and focus and improve our like play style and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just sort of for fun.
No, it's been like that for. Yeah, you guys have been around for a long time, right? Like season 14 was
15, I think, was our first one,
right?
which is like
I hope I said 15 at the start. I couldn't remember.
I was listening to you. You said 15. I think 14.
That was a good guess.
Yeah, either one. It's pretty close.
Yeah,
I didn't do my research thoroughly enough, I think.
Well, you called me inexperienced.
Well, I mean, you played Roma. That's not like...
And I've played like 3 seasons of Medic before this.
Nice. Any other questions, Dum?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to shoutouts. In that case, let's just head down the mumble from the top. Ben, any shoutouts?
Shout out to B1 boys. And that's all.
All right, Catfish.
Shout outs to you guys for casting. Shout outs to Right Wing Death Squad for a good game. Shout outs to ozfortress, and that's it, yeah. Actually, no, shout outs to Dork. Yeah, I'm done.
Nice. Dum, any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to TFTV, where I will be casting in like 8 hours or something. So I don't think too many Australians will be up at that time anymore. But yeah, I will cast later today as well, a European game on TFTV 2, not 1. So don't watch the good game, watch the other game. And yeah.
Awesome. Wiethoofd, I assume you don't want any shoutouts? Awesome. So I'd like to shout out Wiethoofd on production, doing a fantastic job as always. Dum, my fellow caster, to both teams for a great game to cast. It was great fun. This was my first one. I hope I didn't do too bad. And shout outs to Yorch, and apparently Wigan is bad. Zildjian, any shout outs?
Shout outs to the lads behind TFTV, Salt Free for an excellent game, Moop, and Amaratif.
Alright, excellent. Cool, alright, well I guess that rounds it up for tonight. Dum, do you have anything you want to say?
I don't think there's anything, so I guess we just cap it off here for today. And it was a great match to watch, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.